Yes. Thank you for putting that. I might use exactly what you said in my next interview. That's really, really good.
And if I
Great to meet you. Such an honor. Congratulations on everything. You've had the most amazing year. It's tremendous.
Thank you.
And I wanted to go back to something you said in your Oscar acceptance speech, basically ultimately about goodness and the goodness that people choose and the goodness about, kindness towards others, about focusing on, a common humanity. And I think there's a lot of that in Eternals. I think ultimately you have characters here who aren't really sure what their destiny is. And even if they're told what their destiny is, ultimately they choose the destiny for themselves, which is about, doing something for others, about really, choosing humanity and choosing the path of good. So is that really what you connected with most deeply about this film?
Yes. Thank you for putting that. I might use exactly what you said in my next interview. That's really, really good. Now, I think the idea of having the strength to choose love is truly the theme of the film. I think because to choose love, you have to unconditionally believe that we are good by nature. Because to choose love is to choose to forgive and to have compassion for your enemies. And as you see in the film, is Cersei's capacity to be vulnerable and to have compassion for her enemy that allow her to save the day.
Absolutely. And, looking at you as a director, you're someone who's always focused very much on working with non-actors. Francis was the first, major Hollywood actor that he worked with. And then all of a sudden you're doing a Marvel movie with the biggest names in the world, all with very different experiences. So what was that like as you a director working with all these different actors and creating a culture that fits a Chloe Zhao film while also working within this milieu?
Well, I hope people will, after Eternals, will have a new definition of what a Chloe Zhao film is. I actually don't really quite believe in that term. Each film is its own identity. It's like a child. I'm just a mother who is usher the child into the world. Each of them gonna grow into different things, and I feel like the one common thing when it comes to casting is that I'm always looking for unique individuals, whether they're professional actors or non-professional actors. I always wish I can meet an actor or a non-actor that who they are is so intriguing and interesting, and I'm dying to put a camera on them to capture a version of themselves. And what version of themselves just happened to be the character I wrote. And that's how we cast for this movie.
Absolutely.
And how I cast my previous films as well.
Mm. What what do you really feel in terms of adding something to the Marvel universe at this stage? This movie adds so much to the mythology. It adds so much, just in terms of adding more possibilities. But in terms of in terms of heart, in terms of character, what do you really hope that this added to that world?
Well, I think when I first read the treatment the Marvel Studios put together, I was very impressed because I thought, yes, we're adding new characters, yes, we're adding new mythology, but there is a desire to deconstruct a lot of the fundamental ideas this whole genre is born out of. There's a desire to re-examine absolute morality. There is a desire to ask the question if human beings are by default worth saving. There's a desire to redefine what it means to be heroic. There's a desire to celebrate feminine strength, both in women and men. So I find these things all embedded in the story they showed it to me.
Absolutely. Well, it was great talking to you. Congratulations on the film again. Can't wait to talk for your next film. Take care.
and if
Thank you.
I